Good morning, boys and girls. It's good to see you this morning. Today in math, we are going to be learning about the meter. You may have heard your teacher talk before about a meter stick. That's the tool that we can use to measure meters. So far we've talked about centimeters, we've talked about inches, we've talked about yards, and now we're talking about meters. So one thing that I think you guys should know is that inches and yards and feet, those are all part of a system called the U.S. customary system. So those are the measurements that we use quite a bit in the United States. The meter is typically used when we talk about scientific things or sometimes things in math. The United States does not usually measure things with meters unless it's in the scientific community or mathematical community. But the yard and the meter are pretty close in length. The meter is a little bit longer than the yard, and I want to show you those two right now. So the bottom stick is the yardstick, the one that's on the bottom that says Elm Road. That's the yardstick. And you can see that the yardstick is a little bit shorter than the meter stick. So you've got just that little bit more to go for a meter. Inches, feet, and yards, like I said, are part of the U.S. customary system, but centimeters and meters are all part of something we call the metric system. So the metric system is used in the scientific community. Let's talk a little bit more closely about the meter. So a meter is exactly 100 centimeters long. Okay, so we don't really talk about inches within a meter. We don't use inches when we talk about meters. We only use centimeters to talk about how many centimeters long the meter is. So like I said, the meter is exactly 100 centimeters. Now, you could ask me, how many centimeters longer is the meter stick than the yardstick? And if you compare both of those together, there's about 8 to 9 centimeters difference between the yardstick and the meter stick. So the yardstick is a little bit shorter and the meter stick is a little bit longer. So we want to use the meter stick today to think about how long some of the things might be in our classrooms. Like you might look for something that is about 1 meter long. You might look for something that's about 10 centimeters long, and you might look for something that's about 1 centimeter long. So just like we did yesterday in math class, we were looking for some objects around the room to see how long some of those things are in a non-standard unit. You're going to do that same thing today. You're also going to spend some time working on your math boxes in your classroom as well. So today your teacher is going to show you a meter stick in person, and you can talk more about that. And I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for listening so much about the meter. Have a good afternoon.